How's it going? It's Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Let's talk about what happened on Monday. Let's talk about the stock market yesterday and discuss what's going on today and in the world because the Google Sheets stock ticker application that I have built here is a lot of fun. So let's talk about it. Top 10 winners of Monday. Sage Stores, never heard of them. They've been having a rough go of it, and it looks like they made some money yesterday. They went up 91%, probably because people are feeling like, look at that GNC Holdings MD. People are feeling like maybe the world might start to get back to normal. Maybe we will open things up. Maybe we will start to be humans again like we were for our whole lives until like a few months ago, right? Maybe things will get back to normal. Well, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of micro caps here. A lot of micro caps that are going from really, really down low, except for this one. Neonode? What's Neonode? That's a good question. Small cap, but that is information technology, electronic equipment. I got to look that one up. That's something we should look up because that chart you can see looks a little different from these that had gone really, really low. Energy, what you can see is you can see the different sectors which I'm working on. So I haven't gone through every single stock on the NASDAQ and NYSE yet. I found about over 3,000 possibilities, but it's not up to date. I'm going through the list here, which is the company list, but I haven't gotten through all of them yet. I've gotten through only about 480 or 490 out of like 2,800 left. And I'm deleting a lot of things off. I'm deleting things that I don't want to consider because I'm doing more of an American focus type investment strategy as an American. So a lot of foreign companies are going to be off of here, and also like real estate investment trust or funds, anything that's a conglomeration, indexes, anything that's not just a one stock. I want to look at it at a one company basis. So any of that stuff's getting deleted too, because I'm trying to get this thing down to under 2,000. I'm going to see if I can be less than the Russell 2000. We'll see what we get to. Point is, as you can look at this from a day-to-day basis, I just sorted by the top 10 companies. And you can see that things like specialty retail or different sectors are hitting up here a lot. And I have an interesting opinion on what's going to happen to the economy and to certain sectors. I see in the specialty retail sector, and let's add a conditional formatting so that we can look at them. If you go up here and you go to, should be conditional formatting, and we say that every time we see text that contains specialty retail, we make this thing green. Sure, why not? Okay, so now you see how in the top gainers of the day, which is what we're sorting by, this is the top gainers currently, there's a lot of consumer discretionary specialty retail that is hitting here. It's interesting, right? What about oil? Let's look for the word oil here. Let's make oil black, right? Why not? Let's add another rule. Let's say text that contains oil. Now we might accidentally get oil in other words, but we'll find out. Black, white, text. Okay, it's actually coming up in gray because I made that wrong. Let's change that to black. Let me do this. Here. Okay. Not as much oil in the gainers today, right? Doesn't look like it. Well, what about when we flip this around and we do the losers? Yep, see more oil here. Top of the losers. What are our losers? Let's grab the top 10 losers for the day and see what that looks like. Only somebody lost half their value, and it was Veristem. I think they're biotech. Yeah, I didn't look into them, but Sucks for them. They're a small cap, 334 million. Copa Holdings SA. That sounds like something that shouldn't be in this list. Oh, airlines. Yep. Chesapeake Energy went down. Chesapeake Energy has been all over the place. Chesapeake Energy has been crazy. Doesn't make me surprised in the slightest. Pluristem, I keep hearing about. They went down by 14%. And if we look at in aggregate, do we see anything interesting here? I'm not entirely sure. I didn't have a ton of time to spend looking at the stock market today. I did some work. I saw ENZ went up by 10%, which I had talked about on Friday. Let's talk about what stocks we do have in here. So I'll do some more work tomorrow, but I didn't have time today. But let's talk about percent. Let's go percent of ceiling price. Nope, not Z to A to Z. A to Z. So ceiling price here, what this is supposed to show are the stocks that really I've said that I recommend. And I mean, from the bottom of my heart, as I look at them, how do I feel? Like I like Tesla, right? Tesla went up 10% today. Look at them go. So they're now at 64% of their potential ceiling because I put their ceiling at 1250. But their ceiling used to be at 1,000. So they're at like 80% if you've been watching my videos before, right? Let's keep it there for now. It's fine. But Walmart is 86. They lost a little today, so I would say buy them because I think their target's 150. Abbott Labs was up 1% today. I think they're going to creep their way up to 99. They're at like almost 95. So you can get that last 5% if you get in now. Wendy's had a 5% day, like I keep telling you, that their ceiling's at 20, and look at that, they're already up at 1981. Good day for them. And we can also conditional format this thing by dollar amount, or I'll show you how you do this. You make this thing a color scale, and you say that the lowest number is reddish, a midpoint of a number of 0 is going to be yellow, and then a maximum value is going to be green, and you get a nice color coding of who's profitable and where. So of all these companies, Enzo Biochem did have a 10% day. That's pretty awesome. Not almost, yeah, better than Tesla, barely, but you earned it with Tesla. eBay has another percentage day. And look at this. What is this emergent bio? Why did I have this in here? I think we went over this recently, and I had them at a target. They went up by 7%. How about that? Interesting. So looking at these, I'll show you how you can extend this out for more than 10. Because if you want access to this file, you can extend this stuff out, and these formulas will work. So like you just bring this thing down. You should be able to bring all this stuff down. And you can make this thing go as long as you want. I just don't do it normally because I don't want to slow up the video, but this is how easy it is, right? So you just do that, and all of a sudden you have everything you need to look at everything. And Emergent Bio is on a tear. Look at that. With a mid cap of 4 billion. I don't know what's going on with them, but they're hitting it. And what else happened here? So of the ones I said to watch, you get a 10% gainer. You got Walmart that, who cares? Walmart's going to keep going up. Abbott Laboratories has a 1% day. Wendy's has a 5% day. Google has a slight low day. That's fine. That happens. They've been overall trending pretty okay or good. Microsoft has an okay day. Same idea as Google, essentially there. LSI has a little bit of a loss, but they're going to steadily gain. LSI, I was asked about LSI today, and LYTS. they make the screens, that the social distancing stuff is going to continue to progress, and the need for screens in places that we go to the gas stations and pharmacies and yada yada, whatever it is that we're touching, we'd rather deal with a screen than a person. So they install those type of screens in places like that. They're going to continue to get more business because it's needed. Amazon has a low day, but whatever. Amazon, look at Amazon. Look at Amazon trying to be a giraffe there with that. My goodness. What, I mean, Amazon, if you can't find it on Amazon, you have to go somewhere else, but because Amazon is just where you go to first, probably. They're going to level off like that, kind of, but they are going to, man, they're going to have business forever. Enzo, I still need to see them deliver on what they are promising, so that's why this doesn't spike up until they actually show some more delivery. We'll see what happens there. I'm on like a hesitant hold to see them actually deliver and how many tests they can do, and if they can deliver an at-home test like they said in their release or the article about them. eBay has a good day. eBay is going to be all right. Like, look at that. Look at eBay. Wow. eBay's got one of the best arcs, about as good as Wendy's. That is pretty solid because, yeah, people are trying to sell stuff on eBay. I tried to buy something for my son on eBay and lost a bid. Um, so, yeah, I was thinking about eBay too. Netflix, I've told my price is lower than this is. So I like that down here on the watch list. And I don't know why emergent bio is going up. So we got to look into that. Anything else you want to talk about in this list? Stuff that won. I think I see so much consumer discretionary on here that I don't think is going to make a nice comeback because I think that we have sort of changed the way we are going to communicate and deal in public, and it's going to be a more like mask wearing off, staying away physically and not having long extended conversations or sitting for long periods of time with other people. That is going to be totally avoidable. And going to places like the mall, I just don't see it. So all these things that had huge days today, Town Sports International, I've seen them. I, I, I mean, I think that these are guys are going to be ripe for a, a negative turn, because even when you open things up, doesn't mean people want to submit themselves. Every person I've talked to that's of age or of risk is concerned about going out and doesn't want to go out. So it's not like they're going to make a choice just because things are open to go participate in these companies. So I see a lot of these things that went up, like Bed Bath and Beyond. I bought a put on Bed Bath and Beyond at like $3, I think, this morning. I bought a put and my put got spanked in the first half hour because Bed Bath and Beyond was up like 29% in like an hour. It was freaking insanity. I don't know what happened. So I laughed because I lost like 20 bucks just for fun. But I thought that these specialty retail companies are going to go down, but they're getting boosted on this sentiment of, oh, we're going to open up, things are going to start to semi get back to normal. But even semi back to normal means that a lot of people aren't participating in the going out and purchasing at the store process like they used to. And that hurts these companies that are getting this artificial boost by thinking that things are opening up. So I see this as these companies like GNC, I mean, they're only at 74 cents. Like, who cares? But like, is there anybody big up here with any real market cap? I mean, I'll stay away from Bed Bath & Beyond because I got spanked by them today, but I do think they're going to go down. I just don't, it might take a week or two. Regis, yeah, Regis, I think has got like, hair, like supercuts. That's interesting. Kohl's, I think, oh, 1860? No way. Let's look at Kohl's. I think Kohl's needs to get put it on. I think you want to put Kohl's. Let's see this. Get rid of Tesla and put Kohl's up there. You definitely want to buy Tesla as I get rid of Tesla real quick. Kohl's has got a $2.9 billion market cap. I'll look at their financials, but for them to be at 1860, given that I don't like, they better have an online presence, which I don't think that their online presence rivals anything reasonable. I don't think you think about going to Kohl's online. I mean, look at that chart. They're still at 1860. I think it's overvalued. And I think that you definitely you could put them at 15. Yep, you totally could for like 60 days. Put them down to 15 because they're going to have to report financials. People are still not going to be going out. We've got this virus to deal with for months. This is bad. So that kind of stuff I see in the consumer discretionary retail sector. Because all Abercrombie and Fitch, anything that's stuck in a mall, I don't think the malls are going to be trafficked at all. I really don't. Rental cars are a different story, but because it's about being in crowds with people. Like the problem is being around other people and sharing the same breath with them for an extended period of time, because then you can get like a repeated inoculant load or like multiple viral particles that are coming out of another person's lungs that they are incubating and then releasing, because that's how this works. Like when you ingest this virus and it gets in your lungs and starts multiplying there, it's so light that it then passes through your breath, your cough, your whatever. And so sitting next to someone for more time, you breathe more of their breath, you get more of those viral particles that are coming out of them, and it causes you to get infected more. So you want to avoid long-term communication with people where you're not wearing a mask and stuff. So like flying and sitting next to people or in a closed space, you're going to want to avoid it. And you got to think about your businesses and how you're going to shop and travel and live in this world where it's more dangerous to hang out with people close like that. So getting a haircut, for example, is going to happen, but you're probably both going to be wearing masks and they're going to do it as fast as they can. And they might even invent some super cool shield or thing that you sit into that's separated from the other person so that you guys don't share the same air for an extended period of time. There's going to be advancements in how we live because this is a life-changing event. I don't think nobody should need any more convincing that this was a societal and globally changing event, because the entire world essentially decided to shut down and realized that this was the real deal. That's never happened in the history of humanity. So let's take it for the gravity with which we should and think about how the world really needs to change to combat this problem and to have us all work together in a way that um, supports a healthy lifestyle for all of us without, it's complicated. Like, should we go out and live our lives and submit ourselves to the virus because 99% of us will live? That's the alternative, or 95, 97% of us will live. That's kind of what the numbers are. About 3% of people will die. 10% of people will have permanent lung damage or other permanent damage that affects your life. Like that's 1 in 10 probably. It's not a good thing to have. Should we all just let it go? And the answer is probably not. No, nobody has stuck to that decision except for Sweden right now. Keep your eye on Sweden. But other than that, nobody's really decided to go that route. Especially places where people live on top of each other and are in, you're close and you're sharing breaths with other people, many other people, frequently. In that situation, it seems to spread a lot, and we have to do something about it. So I know I'm dragging on and on and on, but there's a reason why looking at the market is so intriguing right now, because you can really pick winners and losers based on how I think the world is probably changing for good. So if I had any advice for tomorrow, it would be that think about what your essentials are. Um, think about what the future is going to be. If you have $800, you should buy a share of Tesla because you're going to feel good about it later. Let's see, where can we do that? Yeah, Tesla's my number one. Walmart's my number two. If you have 150, 130 bucks and not 800 bucks, then you buy some Walmart because that's going to be 150 3 months from now, 4 months from now anyway, because they're everywhere and they define a city. So anyway, we're out for now. That's the stock market review. Start your Tuesday. May all your trades be winning.